Has everyone had a chance to look over Seal's notes from our last meeting?
Yes. I'll move that we accept Seal's secretary report from April 1st.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
So you've got two treasurer reports. I mean, really, we don't have to look at the April one, but. And my printer cut off half of the CDs, so I put it down there. We do have a CD that's coming due. It's the $10,000 from Carnegie. Remember, we put it in for 3 months? Guess
Yes.
what? The 3 months is gonna be up on May 17th. So, I just need direction. I don't know when we do that, whether we look at the treasurer's reports first, but I just need to know whether to put it in for 3 more months or whether to put it in a savings account.
How much interest are we getting on the, I'm sure it's more than the savings account because, well, they don't pay much.
I think 3-month.
We got about $51.
Well,
in
that's
the 3
pretty good.
months.
That's way more than we would have gotten.
Yeah.
Do we know what we want to do? Jenny, do you have any ideas for a program?
Nothing that I think would cost a lot of money. When I went to a summer meeting with librarians from the region Thursday last week, and some of the things they were thinking that we could do this summer in particular was throw a birthday party, have cake, have people make their wish for America. Like have a birthday party is basically what they said. Some libraries have been making, what are the things called where you put stuff in and bury them?
Oh, yes,
Time
time capsules. Oh,
Those
that's good.
sorts of things. So I mean,
We could do that at the birthday party.
you could bring something you'd want to put in a time capsule, and they said that you don't have to bury it, you could store it somewhere rather than burying it, so.
It gets lost just as easily. Our time capsule is actually in between walls at the grade school.
Okay,
So they're
that's
gonna have to
cool.
knock down the building to get our
the
time capsule out of there.
So that's kind of, I mean, I don't have any big ideas with it.
I think that's a great idea,
Time
the
capsule
time
with the party.
capsule, yeah,
We're talking about Carnegie
Carnegie
money,
money.
right?
right.
I also have the address of a man who does the stained glass. If we wanted to get the stained glass window fixed, which I think
Ooh,
would be good use of the money.
I think that would be an excellent use of the
Yep.
money.
I agree.
He lives in Stamford, Vermont.
What's his name?
Joseph Tracy,
And where's he live?
Stamford, Vermont.
Stanford?
Where's Sanford?
I don't know. Brookside Glass is the name of his company.
Brookside Glass?
I think he did it at a church, maybe in West Rutland.
Would we want it for the CD, like for money purposes, like take a quarter of it or half of it out to do some of these things and put the rest of it back into the CD? Because I don't think that either of those two things
I don't
would
think,
cost,
I think the glass will be the most expensive.
but it can't be.
But the birthday cake is $50.
Yeah,
And we usually, and the friends will provide the punch. We just need a container to put
the stuff in.
the stuff in.
Mhm.
Things from,
Which we could.
you know, like, you know, the bestseller, the book
Mhm.
bestseller list or whatever.
Whatever people
Those
want to
kinds
put
of
in the time
things, right.
capsule.
A history, of course, of the library to date.
Mhm. But that can't be like you,
Maybe a copy of the library budget.
that would be funny,
Yeah.
yeah, to look
Yeah.
at, to see whenever we open it again. Yeah, so stuff like that, but that can't be like more than a couple $100 worth of party stuff, plates, that sort of thing.
I don't think so either.
So,
What else did we have on our list?
Talks, but, we were gonna go through the Vermont Humanities. And they are like on hold until they get an influx of money. Because usually you write a grant through the Vermont Humanities, so the speakers will go usually $75. Others will take $75 plus whatever cost to travel.
But since we have the money, could we talk to Vermont Humanities to find out if they had a speaker that we then could pay for?
Right, but the speakers are way more expensive than $75. That's why the Vermont Humanities,
Oh, I see.
see, they cover the $500 or $600 for the speaker. So,
But we could cover the $500 or $600 pretty easily
Yeah.
if that's what they were.
Yeah.
If that's all they were, that doesn't seem outrageous to me.
right. I'm going to the the Historical Society meeting this Friday and asking them for some speakers to do
Okay.
some historical kinds of things. I wonder if there's anybody who does the history of Carnegie Libraries or Andrew Carnegie or.
But it could be just about anything.
Yeah. And I know there are a lot of people doing those kinds of talks, like Kevin Graffinino's been here at the library, he's been at our historical society, he's coming to Castleton. So I think there's a lot of folks around who are willing to give those talks.
So you want me to set up a savings account with maybe $2,000 in it to cover our stuff and put the other $8,000 in a CD?
Sure. Because we can always, if we have to borrow the money from one of the other accounts, and when the CD comes due, we just pay that account
Because
back.
could we just do
if I
that?
put it in for 3 months, it'll only be August 17th.
Well, so can we just roll the whole CD over, the
Yeah.
whole 10,000, and then if we have to pay ourselves back, we can when it comes due?
Do you prefer that?
Well, it's probably easier.
Yeah,
But-
it would be
right.
easier
Yeah,
in
and
the long
then-
run to do
'cause-
it that way.
Yeah, and we don't we have a lot of good ideas, but we don't have a solid plan about what that we know we need $2,000 or we need.
And if I do this in 3 months, it would be August 17th, which maybe we could do it in August.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
When school's back and summer's busy time.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, since we went down that rabbit hole,
Well, now we know that, so we're going to renew
Do we need a motion?
3 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I move that we renew the Carnegie $10,000 CD for 3 more months until August 17th.
I'll second.
all those in favor,
Aye.
those opposed? The ayes have it.
Back to the treasurer's report.
Yes.
You have any questions?
the interlibrary loan grant money came into the town. The town received it, and the check came in to the library. Amy picked it up on Monday night. So it was the 680. Sorry, I don't know the total value, but the money to cover the portion that we didn't have budgeted.
So the negative,
401.
Isn't real.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Because we just got the money. So it should be positive $286, I think.
Right, right, that would be what it would be.
It's this one.
makes a difference.
Yep.
On the postage, is that what we have left, just $6?
I think we're negative $6 from what was budgeted.
Oh, yeah.
Thank goodness it's the end of the fiscal year.
Okay.
Because we have all of June and half of May for salary and payroll. I don't think, we don't get any more oil, do we?
I wouldn't think so.
Hopefully not.
No, I wouldn't think so.
We still have $2,000, but
Right.
it's quite a chunk of change that's gone up.
Yeah.
What was our contract for? Didn't it say or not? On the fuel
I
contract?
don't remember what that was per gallon.
Have we
'Cause
had,
it's usually,
It's a lot less than what the
right,
price
but
of oil
it
is.
usually is only starts a certain month and ends a certain month.
Right,
And so beyond that, we'd have to pay the high price.
right.
Oh.
And I think,
Do you know how much fuel we have in the tank
have we had
now?
all of our inspections?
No, we've only had one elevator person come. And he said the state would be coming. I haven't seen them nor an email about it.
we'll have to give them a call.
But there is $1,900 left in there. Okay.
But we'll still have to have our fire suppression system.
So we still need
No,
the,
they came, the sprinklers and that, they did come and inspect. They made loud noises and made it, the alarm blare. And we passed that one.
Okay.
So
okay.
that came through.
So is the only thing left the state?
The s-
Because,
State for the lift.
okay, the state needs to come. Because the people that put the lift in,
They
Your
came and
Venta,
looked at it
whatever.
and said it was fine.
Okay.
And left and.
so
There
they.
was an interesting thing with their bill. I believe we paid in advance, because I sent that one to Amy, like, Amy, what's going on with this? And I think we paid in advance, so we didn't have to pay this year for
Okay.
it. Sorry.
But the state needs, so we'll have, I know, there's hardly anybody to be able to do all these things.
Amy, lift.
So we'll have to call on that.
Access mobility. She said that when we started the contract, we paid $425, so meaning we prepaid, and they'd been holding money for us. And she said that we may be needing a 5-year lift test, but she would talk to her tech and then get back to her. So anyways, we're good until the next service. They didn't charge us until the next service.
Okay, good. So then what we'll just need to do is go upstairs and look and see who, we'll have to call.
For the state. Okay.
Because there's gotta be a little
Sticker.
sticker somewhere
The
that
state-
says who to call.
State and for the company that would come in and,
Right.
He said they would just show up, but I can look for that.
Yeah.
Cover state inspection on lift.
It'll be on a busy day.
When they come and do it.
I'll move that we accept the treasurer's reports for both April and March and April.
A second.
any other questions on that?
I do have a question on this, the budget and the spent to date and the amount left on that very first line. Is there a mistake on that?
Where are you?
The April,
It's the same for the budget and the.
Oh,
spent
there
to
is a
date.
mistake.
so is it supposed
All
to
right,
be
let me look that up.
Where's that?
the April budget?
I see exactly what your problem is.
Same amount in budgeted
Oh, right, and
and
the
year
debt
to date.
spent.
It should be, oh, you know, I know what I did, I copied the budget. It should be 40,699.48.
Thank you.
Yeah, and see, and when you add the 12,000, you get to 52.
Right.
Thank you, Jenny, for catching that.
So Sila Judy moved, approved March and April with correction to April report of 40,699.48 and spent to date for salaries, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Librarians report.
I just wanna, I don't know if you guys, cause I'm gonna be out of town, but just to remember if we can encumber the funds next meeting. Or do we wanna, do you wanna make the motion tonight?
We can make the motion tonight.
I will move that we encumber any funds remaining from fiscal year 2025, 26 to pay operational and repair.
I'll second that.
Any other questions on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it.
I'd like to get that done before July 1st.
Okay. April, we were open 21 days. Circulation's about the same as the past 3 months. We have 83 new acquisitions. Some were donations, some were purchased. I broke them down there for you. I've weeded 55 total books from, I've been reading the juvenile fiction. Started as part of my project for the class, and I've gotten 3 shelves weeded. I have 2 more shelves to go. I'm trying to make it so that the juvenile fiction can have some more space for facing out books so kids can be drawn into reading more, enticed into reading more. So that's where those came from, the weeded books. We had 10 new library cards issued. One of our non-residents was not charged for their library card. It was an error.
Can we ask for the money from them?
I can try to from them. I think that the error was that their children had gotten a card when they went to school here, and the person doing the card just missed it.
Yeah.
So I think that was
I
what the
think
case.
sometimes too, you have to be careful because people say their address is Fairhaven, but they're not a taxpayer of Fairhaven. They might live in Hubbardton or like that.
Mhm.
So if they say their address is Fairhaven, sometimes it's nice to say, do you pay your taxes in Fairhaven?
Yeah.
Wi-Fi had 25 signatures on the internet. The computer had 25 signatures on the sign-up sheet for the month of April, and 65 people were recorded using Wi-Fi. I had 1 genealogy search referred to Danny. Volunteer hours for April were 115.25. They all got their cards from you guys and their cookies, minus 1 volunteer who hasn't been in since they were given. And they were appreciative of that, so thank you very much. My petty cash, I turned in some money to Amy from it, and I put that in the expenses portion. I also, we were $17.63 more in the drawer than was recorded in the book. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think it might be that someone might have put like a sale of books or puzzles in the library envelope rather than the Friends envelope. So I just indicated that there, so that was the extra value. And then the ending balance up there.
Is the petty cash for April beginning balance? Was it sometime the end of March, maybe? It just says March beginning balance.
That should have said April.
Okay.
Nope, that was the beginning balance of April. Yes, that was the ending March balance. I just didn't change that one, sorry.
No, that's okay.
April beginning balance. Genealogy Club, Danny's been doing a specific class with her attendees. She's been specific goals for them to do, and they've been, I think, enjoying it very much. She's been doing it for the past 3 months. I don't remember what those specific goals are, I'm sorry. I had a email come through to get these free fair housing art kits from Champlain Valley Office of Economic Opportunity. And so I was like, sure, send me some. They sent 20 kits and 11 of the kits were taken. The goal was to talk about community and paint what community means to you. And they gave the participants a watercolor kit and some paintbrushes and the paper to do it on. And then they were supposed to post it virtually. And there were some links to see where the other art went to. And then there was some information up there concerning fair housing. The book sale was held on the 18th. The next one will be May 13th from 4:30 to 6:30. Book club met in person for the first time since the winter started on April 13th to discuss James. 7 members were there. We'll be meeting on this Monday to discuss the 7 o'clock club by Amelia Ireland. Had a really good talk on James. I enjoyed it. The take and make for April was a welcome spring hanger with these little cotton ball chicks. It was cute. All of them were taken. And then May is this bugs and butterfly mobile. It's really pretty. April Storytime had attended with 15 kids the first of the month and 5 adults, and then 21 kids and 6 adults the second half of the month session.
Those are pretty big.
Well, the first grade is coming.
Yeah.
I had two separate families that came the second one, and one family that came the first one.
Can you break down when you do it so that we know the difference between the school kids
The school
coming?
has about 15
First.
each time, 13 the first one, and then 15 the second time.
Okay. Yeah, that would be helpful to know how many like community members are coming in.
That way we can differentiate when we talk about our collaboration with the school as well.
Yeah.
The Writers' Workshop by Andrew Harold. We have met twice and we'll meet 2 more times. There's been about 6 people each time, 8 total. I've had 2 people that they're kind of sharing their notes because of life. They've missed a meeting or the other. And it's half adults, half kids. And it's very interesting to hear him talk about his process and how it goes, and then what people come up with from that. So I'm thankful that he wanted to do that for us.
Is everybody writing their own pieces?
Yep.
It's for kids too? Yep. Do we get a breakdown of how many are adults and how many are kids
So
there?
the state report for me wants only, if you have a multi-aged group, it wants just the number of participants. So I haven't been breaking it down, but it is 3 and 3.
Oh, okay. I think it's nice to have a breakdown so you know who you're serving, who's coming in, who's participating in different classes and programs that we are holding, so that you know goal setting and who your audience is, and when you're trying to plan things for the future. Was it well attended by adults? So maybe you want to have an adult focused writers workshop. Was it something that the kids really, you had a lot of them, so do you want to focus on kids? I think it would be really hard to have a writers workshop with adults and kids.
He's doing a great job, and the adults have been very impressed with his ability to help critique both of those writings, and the kids have been doing a really good job listening and writing and having fun with it. So
That's great.
Are the kids older?
one is a third grader, one is a high schooler, and then Charlotte. So third grade in it. The adults, 2 teachers, and 2 parents of the other girls. Those were the scheduled programs. We have one more volunteer that did a fingerprint check. She's going to help keep the nonfiction room organized. That's my goal for her. She'll be coming twice a month to work on that.
Is that Olivia or Oliva?
Olivia. Did I miss something in her name? Olivia. There's supposed to be an extra I in there?
No, because there are people who have
Right, different
Right.
spellings.
Yeah.
New Horizons, the phone company. They're very nice to work with. I'm just having a hard time with them. They took a long time to get me a quote for changing the service. And I finally got a quote, and it still had me confused. So I called them, and they said they were going to get someone to call me back with some answers. And I don't have answers yet. It was going to, they have an installation service charge, which is close to $600. But it looks like the monthly charge would be around $31, where I think we are at, oh gosh, I can't remember what the monthly charge is currently, 100 and something. I can look it up. So they also wanted me to get a new phone, and they wanted duplicates of things, and so I had to explain to them that I don't need what they're offering me. New Horizons monthly is $118. So I'm waiting for another quote from them you gave me permission to go ahead and change it, but I'm waiting for another quote because I was a little surprised by this.
By the $600 installation fee?
Yeah. And that they wanted me to have a specific special phone to go with the phone line. And then they have, they had 2 of different things on there. And I was like, we only have one phone line. We only need one phone line. I think they were thinking that I wanted to be able to call myself from phone to phone and, and do things like that. And I'm like, no, I use this like a home line, really. So I'm waiting for some more help on that one to change that. I mean, if we can get it done $25 a month, they have an overlay service for a voice. I think I asked them about a caller ID because the phone right now doesn't have a caller ID. And so I think the caller ID part would be like $6.90 a month for that part, and then $25 a month for the service, so $32 a month. Which when I was trying to do math in my head, it kind of would
It's gonna
wash
cancel
out for the year
Yeah.
to change it with the $600 installation fee, but they had $100 for an admin portal training, which she said I think is for if you were trying to forward calls and do all that sort of stuff. And she said most people normally call in if they have trouble with that. So I'm waiting for more information on that one. I haven't done anything to it yet because it doesn't seem like what we need right now.
Sounds like they're thinking we're like a 5-story building.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm called them once a week for a month to get them to get me the quote too. I think it was maybe 3 weeks in a row. But it took them a while to get me the quote from the original one. So that's that. I will keep you updated on that one and how it goes and when they send me the next one and what's going on with that.
Thanks, Jenny.
The Fidium paper charge was removed, so their bill should be reduced by $5.02 monthly. I have to log into a site and I can print the invoice for them now, so that is there. It took them a minute because she talked about the combining of the two companies caused some commotion with the transfer of information. So anyways, that's cleared and it is reduced by $5.02 a month. The other thing, we may potentially have new neighbors moving in. And they called the library and they are wanting to do some work on their foundation. And he was wanting to be neighborly, wanting to keep us in the loop. I got notification from the town manager and the zoning administrator that these people might be purchasing the home and wanting to do this work. He wanted to see if it was okay to bring equipment onto the library property to help to do this foundational work. So I told him we were having this meeting and I would bring it up because I don't know what equipment he needs per se. The space between is pretty tight. I don't know, like, if we need to have a contract with him to make him say that if he destroys
Damages.
something, he fixes it,
Yeah, I think we
Yes.
need
or
to have something like that.
how to go about that part. So,
Because I
Does
think
the town have lawyers?
Yes.
We should talk to the lawyers.
Does the town have lawyers? Yeah, Joe. Joe can get in contact with, and ask him what the usual procedure is. Isn't there some kind of fence?
their house has a fence.
That's what I thought.
But
the
not
back, it's
between the
not
two
up here.
buildings.
Danny helped me find a map of the property with, so these guys have been surveyed, but I don't believe their home has been, hold on.
Well, the library used to own that
to own
home.
it.
Yeah, but the road has changed, so this map is a little bit off, but you can see, you could figure out where the line is based on the pin that's in this corner for that survey to find out where it is with their house, but basically, like, their house is on the edge of their property, and then it's all library property. So,
Yeah, the only thing I would have any qualms about them bringing in equipment on the side over here is because this ground is sand, it could do some major damage to our building.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we should have some kind of contract. Because if anything occurs after them doing that work, it could possibly be from them moving equipment. Not necessarily hitting our building,
but just the
but
shifting
just,
of the
yeah,
ground.
just
Moving
the
earth.
the heavy equipment coming in and moving the earth.
Well, and knowing what the scope of their project is, like, what are they planning on doing? Because if they want to, divert water, something like that, so that we're
Yeah, you don't
not.
want to divert it this way.
No. And,
Well, and I always worry about when you're digging,
Yeah.
where are the lines?
Well, I know internet lines are over there, are buried, on that side.
But if it's a responsible individual, they do that dig safe thing.
They should, if they're a responsible individual, which, not saying they're not, but,
We
we
don't
would
know.
probably, yeah, you would,
We don't get to say.
right.
Yeah, I mean, we have a responsibility
Yeah.
to the community, not just
Not just the building.
the building. I mean, we already have some issues with
The building.
the building.
Right.
So they told you they want to come in and do that, but did they give you a scope of it, what the actual work entails or no?
They want to fix the foundation, and he said they did want to divert water for the foundation, and I
You're being
think
diverted our way.
he said that this is the home for his son, and he wants it to be his forever home. So I think that they just want to fix it up where they can and what they can do. So I'm not entirely positive all their projects, because I don't even know if it's officially sold yet. I haven't heard that part. He did reach out to the town manager and the zoning administrator about kind of what to do, because it is a historic registry home as well, so
Right.
there's,
Everything in the, around the park is on the National Historic Register.
so, he lives in Chicago. The son is from Bristol, I believe. So I will,
Sounds like he has a little money.
maybe.
Those are dangerous people.
Well, it depends on what part of Chicago he's from.
But,
If he's from the south side, no, he doesn't have money.
no, I was going by the fact that he was gonna make the house a forever house for his son.
Oh, yeah.
You know, most of us don't have money enough to do something like that.
Well, I think we just need to find out, is that where they're diverting the water to. Like, we have
And
internet wire, we have,
That would
wire
be, he
buried.
has to go through the planning commission to
Right.
get his permit, so I don't know if that would be a meeting that someone would want to attend to hear some more about it or ask him questions.
yeah, the planning commission's meeting tonight, but,
Well, I don't think he's on this agenda. They're warned, but I don't think he's on this one.
I think we just need to know a little bit more information, but although we have concerns, just because heavy equipment can damage, I mean, you don't even have to get near the building and it can,
But it would also, we've already been told that water underneath our library could be part of our problem with our present problem with the library. So we don't want him diverting water on us.
Right, it all depends on where he's mitigating that water to.
yeah.
So what's the protocol? Jenny talks to Joe, but,
Or I think one of us should probably talk to
I'll
Joe.
talk to Joe about this and get his take and
okay,
see if he'll give me the lawyer's telephone number so I can talk with them,
okay. Good, because you know what you're doing.
somewhat.
Well, more than me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
Sure.
I think you probably all know this because you're Fairhaven residents, but we also received a letter about the townwide reappraisal project. So, if anybody wants to look at it, if you want me to
Oh,
just.
so we're gonna have to get the building reappraised then, huh? Everything's being reappraised, even government buildings.
That's interesting.
I would assume, even though I'm on a building that doesn't pay taxes, which is,
Oh, well,
That's why I don't understand that.
yeah.
It's not like we've set aside money in our budget for taxes.
No.
yeah.
I can
They're
talk to
just
Joe
gonna
about
come.
that, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you like the letter?
Sure, everybody's got one.
Yeah.
It has our map and
Yeah.
our Lister card on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the building is and how many rooms. and
What are we appraised at currently?
Land value 22,500. Site improvement 13,000. Miscellaneous adjustment 504,531 for a total of $540,000.
Oh, wow.
We couldn't build it for that.
Nope. I'm sure that'll go up quite a bit after they appraise it.
My only hope is that if all the land values go up, the property rate goes down.
Is that all
That's
I
right.
had?
Yeah.
Can I just be a
That's
pain
what's
again
safe
and
to
bring
say.
and ask for a couple other things? When you're doing your librarian's report, can we, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, also get a breakdown in the library circulation between adult and juvenile?
Yeah, if I had my. Yep.
Is that part of our system?
Well, it all comes in these chunks. Oops, and I'm sorry. And I have to add it all together depending on if it's nonfiction or fiction or graphic novel or whatever it is. So I can do that. How would you like where?
In your total circulation for, so like
I
you're
do
in-
not know what the digital overdrive does for either of those. That I don't get. I get type of thing borrowed. So book, audio, magazine, whatever for that. But I don't get.
I think in library is probably, that's.
Yeah,
what
I
think
mean,
is most
digital
important.
overdrive and Hoopla are a little harder to,
Yeah, to differentiate, but in library, again, I think it would just help speak to budget planning, having more data and statistics
We
to
need
sort
more
of back
kids'
up
books or-
decisions or, yeah, who are our patrons, who is checking out books, like, what does that look like to help, drive decision making.
I would ask that if we're using some of that data for decision making to talk about the goals and the objectives of the library for the next 5 years, because I do think that I'm trying really hard to get more kids in our library to do more reading right now, and I think that I'm improving that. I think right now, I think we had, no, I'm not even going to guess from what I had up there, but I do think that those are important things for some of that decision making as well, which we have a mission, but I don't know, that whole 5-year idea process plan is important for some of that as well.
well, I've got a 7-year-old and they're gonna take out 12 books because you can read 12 7-year-old books. I have Mark Twain out that I'll have out for 2 months because
Right.
I got one
Time to
book
do that too.
and it's 1,000 pages. So, I think we're just looking for some general overview. I think it's incredibly important that we create a generation of readers, and that's important. So, yeah, keep trying to bring in those, we still want to provide the services for the people who come in every day. But, yeah, yeah.
And, sorry.
No.
And the other piece that I feel like is kind of missing on the report is like looking ahead at what's happening. Because like the writer's workshop, it sounds like you spend, that is pretty robust and multiple weeks, and seeing it posted and advertised was the first time I heard about it.
Your mom told me specifically not to tell you what was coming.
What?
She told me not to tell you what was coming up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can do that.
Well,
I just.
in the report, like what's, I think it's helpful to sort of know like programs that you're planning and working on, and especially like plans. Yeah.
Usually, we talk about future planning, even though it doesn't show up in this report. Usually you mention it.
But like the writer's workshop didn't get, like I just think it's helpful for board engagement and awareness so that we kind of know some things that are going on, like what's happening for like meetings, like big meetings or classes that you have coming up. And I know that you do try to tell us verbally, but it's missing from here. And then I think it kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit if there's not like a bullet point on it. And how
Was that, Jenny, did Carol not do that because she uses these reports mainly for writing the state report? And that's why she didn't put that in?
I don't remember her actual reasons for telling that to me. It is very helpful for these guys to add things up for the state report, and you have all those bullets, and then what you did the month, because that's what you did,
Right.
for helping for that part. So I can make another section of what's coming up. I do post it on the webpage and as often as I can on Facebook, and then on the doors to the library so people can see what's coming on. So for that part. So
Okay. Yeah, it's just from being like a new board member and not historically having had this kind of capacity at the library, knowing what's coming is helpful, just for planning purposes and so that we can be supportive of activities and programs and things that you're planning, so that you don't maybe feel so alone about it, or that we can kind of get behind you on things. I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect there maybe, so I think if I knew things that were coming up, that would be helpful.
She would make cookies.
Yeah.
Sure.
She makes good cookies. I had a thought. It's left me. Oh, the Friends. So if we, because the Friends did have a meeting, so I will share about that. And we're coming up on looking at angels. So if anybody has an idea for an angel that the Friends could make, that would be really good. We've got some more book sales coming up. We don't do anything in the summer, really. However, Jenny, do you want to share the one thing that we talked about doing?
The event, yeah, I'm kind of super excited about this. So I was trying to figure out what to do for the end of the summer, Unearth a Story event, and there were not a lot of options that we could find. And so I reached out to a lady who I've taken my daughter to for the past couple of years. She does a program in Poultney. And I think it's the Lions Club that maybe brings her in, but she does it with the rec program in Poultney. And she's No Strings Marionette Company. And what she does in Poultney is she does a day camp with the kids, part of the rec, where they build their own marionettes and they create a puppet show that they then present for their parents at the end of the day, and they also present it at their 4th of July festival before the company puts on their presentation of their marionettes that they make. And so Barbara was willing to come. She has a dinosaur-themed marionette performance that she can put on, and so I brought it to the Friends and we talked about it, and they are she has a big stage, and so I had this problem of she has this really large stage and I need to find a place that we could house the stage. And so I spoke with the church, and Ron went and measured the stage and the church, the Congregational Church, and the space between the
Front pew.
pew and the stage would have fit the Marionette Company's stage. And so they had to move a few things there. But the Friends asked that I try to find a way to do it at the library as well, and maybe see if the church could be a rain date. I have not spoken with the church about that part yet. But I did reach back out to the Marionette Company, and I need to take a video of our lawn for her because she needs the space still. She needs, it needs to be flat enough for her stage to be constructed. And so but anyways, I've lost my train of thought. So the No Strings Attached Marionette Company has a dinosaur program they can bring. They're $600 for the program. And she's available. She gave me 3 dates in August that she can come. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. I think the 12th, the 14th, and another day. And it's like 2 hours to set up. The performance is an hour, some questions, that sort of thing, and then break down. What else do I need to say? What if I left out? Where have I have questions?
So, one of my questions is, so we, at our church, it's, I forget, 26 inches tall, I think I said, our stage,
Mhm.
but she wanted to be higher than that?
Her
Because
dimensions
if
were
she
like.
could add on to the front of what we have, that would
She
help.
has, I'm not sure what her structure is, I'm trying to remember. It's like she has, she brings in like the aluminum place that she stands, and then
Yep.
she has this whole design that goes up and the marionettes go over, and she has a place that she has to stand to get the marionettes up
Yep.
and over.
Yep.
And so I don't know like how many layers that is to their building. I know when she does it at Polteny, they do it in the school gym, the elementary school gym, and she's got stuff all in the back. It's kind of amazing because there's all these big old marionettes. And so I don't know how to answer your question completely, because she needed, what was it, 18 feet this way, 9 feet tall, and 12 feet
Wide.
deep.
12 feet deep, and, yeah, the ceiling, the height was no problem in our church, but the 18, we can just get that if we take a set of stairs out of the way and a railing. But if she doesn't need to have her whole stage, or just bring partial stage to add on to what we have, you know, that would probably
Be
help her.
helper with the
Yeah.
space.
Otherwise, you're looking at, we have our pews here and our stage here, and it would be
Right up to those pews.
18 feet right up against the stage, and you're right up
Which
against
could
the
be
very first
totally
pews.
awesome though, because they do a lot of, the marionettes go out over, and it's they do some very, I mean, that could be very cool, but it could be also dangerous for hands, not sure.
Yeah, there's no way it'd fit
No,
down
I
here.
tried to even think like in the rotunda area,
Right,
could it fit in
just-
there, but then
no.
there'd be no seating.
Right.
But the idea was maybe just use the church as the rain venue, where tried to put it in the lawn out back. And so I told her I need to take a video of the lawn just so she can see it, and see if that is okay. The only thing that I get worried a little bit about that is with the ambient noise around, because she does
Especially if they're
play-
doing construction next door.
She does play.
Seriously, if they're digging a trench, we don't want kids back there.
No,
The language and the music is a recording, is what that she does with her performance, because they're busy moving the
Right, the
puppets. And
puppets.
so it's kind of a dance that they do with the marionettes to get them to behave the way they are.
could you send me her information, and I'll get in touch with her, and we can talk about what's up at the church. Worst case scenario, I can take a couple of pictures and send them to her and let her know. That way it would be a lot, maybe easier for her.
And she sees that space too.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember what exactly told her in my last, but I will send you her name is Barbara.
I know we didn't talk about it at the Friends meeting, but, well, we did. We talked about having it in the gymnasium, but of course, they're getting ready for school in August, but,
They didn't say no. I did call them and ask. They didn't say no. She said she'd get back to me. They haven't.
I mean, in the
gotten back
past,
to
it's
me.
been really nice because there we have, you know, a couple hundred kids who are gonna get to see the whole dinosaur program,
Right. The only other place in town would be
the Legion.
the Legion.
All right, that's all I had.
Concerning that house next door, you said you don't even know if they're,
I haven't heard that they've officially purchased it or not yet. So I
I
don't.
wonder if the digging,
He said to me when I
MRs.
spoke to him on the phone that they probably wouldn't do any digging for 6 weeks or more, and that was 2 weeks ago that I spoke to him. I think it was maybe a little less than that. I
So-
didn't put a date on there. He has not come to the planning commission to get any approval of anything. So I mean, and I don't know where Mr. Adams is with other permits that don't have to go to the planning commission.
I'm
I
sure
just
Joe will
wonder
have
if
some
we go
idea.
through a lawyer and we get something, is that contingent on whether he buys the house or not?
I have no idea. I mean, like,
I mean, would you buy a house before you know if the library is gonna?
Well, I think, again, just to cover our end of it and his end in the long run too. I mean, because
Right.
his insurance would end up paying for it.
Mhm.
That just him knowing that there's, okay, this is what we want from you. If you're okay with that, then yeah, go ahead, sign your name and we'll go
Right.
from there.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at, we're talking
don't-
about future plans. The conference room, is there anybody using the conference room
This
like
past
summer?
month, oh gosh. So story time, I want to do story time every week this summer. I talked to Miss Mingo about helping me schedule the guest readers to do that. What are they called? The hospice. There wants to be a hospice training, and I don't remember the organizer of this, her name or place that she comes from, but she wants to do a training here for volunteer hospice care people. She wanted to do it this Friday, but only one person signed up, so she wants to reschedule that part. Other things for there is a lady who wanted to have a bridal shower down here in the end of August. And then that is the only things I can think of off the top of my head for already requested for the meeting space. I have had some families coming in and using the space for a family meeting space, but they haven't reserved it. They've just come down to be here to meet together.
You might want to remind them that you do need, do need to ask, will you?
Yeah, there has to be, yeah, according to the policy.
Mhm.
I don't know about a bridal shower. What'd you say, a bridal?
Oh, we've
shower?
had one here. The Friends had one
Just no alcohol.
for Teresa,
For Kathy.
or Kathy.
It was for a volunteer. I
Yeah.
think that, but
It doesn't say you can't have a party in the policy. It says that you need to keep the room the way it is and that you need to not have alcohol and you can't stick things to the wall and it has to be not in a space that the library is using for
Right.
their purpose at that
I
time.
thought it was more of the,
And it should be when the library's open.
I would get nervous to start
Yeah.
letting other people utilize it that I don't know, for big events like that.
says when the room is not being used for these purposes, patrons of the library may use it for additional workspace with prior approval of the librarian.
Yeah, it's all at Jenny's discretion.
Okay.
But
Well, if they don't
it should be
decorate.
when the library's open, because as we do it now, for example, art club comes and uses the space,
Yep.
but I have a key. So I'm responsible for making sure that the space is just like it was or better than when we came, so. But that's how we've usually done it when it's not during library hours. But just for your own safety, and that's fine that they have a meeting down here, but they should, if you just say, the policy says you have to let me know, and that way, nobody walks in on anything or expects a space and it's being used, so that just protects you.
Should we have like a cleaning deposit just in case of $200?
Oh, no, we've never done that.
That if
Never
they
had.
leave the room as
mean,
it
if
is, that,
Activities.
Well, we've never had that kind of activity. It's always been,
Right.
it's always been things from the school or counselors, or it's always dealt with something like that. And like, I sort of feel like Alyssa. I want to keep it, I don't think somebody wants to have a bridal shower down here or baby shower, or any shower, while the library's open upstairs. I just, you know.
Well, I think if you're booking it in August, I mean, that's still, if something library comes up, then what happens? Can the library then not use it because they've already reserved it? And, I think it starts to get messy.
Unless is it a library patron?
Yes. Mhm.
Oh,
She uses the library. She uses library passes a lot. She comes in. She's very reliable with what she does in the library.
yeah. As long as, again, as long as she knows that any damages, but I know at the center, we charge a $100 damage fee, which if there's nothing damaged, for example,
you get it right back.
we're having my brother-in-law's celebration of life at the library in our town, because they have a meeting room, and it's a $100 deposit. If everything's put back, we get the $100 back. So I mean,
And making sure like they take their trash and because that's a lot on.
right,
Right.
I gave her the
library.
copy of the policy and
Good.
spoke to her about those things. And
Okay,
she's
good. All right.
aware that the library will be open and that there's stuff going on and they
Yep.
need to not
people are gonna be
loud
coming
and
down, people are gonna come
that
down,
this
use
is
the
only
bathroom.
public bathroom. And I didn't just say she could use it. We went over the policy and she understands the policy.
Okay, good. It's hard to find places, I can understand. We don't really have, yeah.
I think if we did want to charge a cleaning fee and I don't know how that fits in with taxes and whatever goes with that, but I think that that is a great thing to add to it.
Yeah, because Danny has to clean up afterwards.
So I think that that could be a great thing.
That's a
to add.
$25 donation, that's how you get around taxes.
So that, I mean, if that is something we wanted to add.
Yeah,
in-
because we have to we are still a municipal building. Is there anything else? I know we have,
The child and youth computer
Sorry,
use
after 7.
and cell phone use.
I'll do cell phone one.
And we talked about volunteer appreciation feedback.
right.
So you want to go over this?
Yeah, one of the policies that I put in the packet was children, youth, and young adults, so I'll give you a couple seconds to read that. Does anybody have that copy of our old computer use policy? Because I don't have it digitally. I know, Judy, you had it.
And the book. This is children 11 years of age, or it's not 12?
At 12, once they hit
At
the
12,
magic
they can
age 12, they are
do
now an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, it says 11 years of age and
And under.
under. And that's not our rules, that's the state of Vermont. And this was, we already had this we had something similar, and basically all we did was go in and put in the new age requirement as recommended by the state. Has everybody read it? I move we accept the children, youth, and young adults policy.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Do you want?
The ayes have it.
I wanted to put July 5th. That's the time.
Okay.
And that dinosaur thing, have we booked it? Or
I haven't
is she kinda-
officially
so
booked it.
she's
She
kinda-
saved me some dates
did, okay.
so that we can do it. I told her I'm still trying to figure out location.
Right.
Do you mind if we table the computer use until we get the copy of that other one? Just so that we compare what they are?
That's fine.
So if somebody, Judy, you have it, right?
In that booklet?
Yeah.
The one that we worked on?
No,
Might be one
The old
upstairs,
one.
but I think it's like
I mean, I'm
20
looking for the,
2000s.
it was a long time
Okay, I think I have a
ago.
copy of it.
But-
This is the one we worked on, you and
Yes,
I.
yes. But I mean, we had an old computer use policy that I don't have anywhere. I've looked through all my stuff. And Judy found one, so if we can just get, Judy, maybe on Friday, you can photocopy it and, so we have it. I mean, if you photocopy it, I can always scan it and make it a PDF, but, do we have any new business?
Do you
New
want me to
business?
take that and put it with others?
I got in touch with, it's kind of old business, but got in touch with Mountain View Windows. He's gonna call me back at the end of the month because I'm gonna be gone like 10, 12 days, next week. But we're gonna try and get together and look at that door and see if he can make it for us
Good.
and give us a price on that. And I got in touch with,
Oh, the place in Essex.
yes, the place in Essex, and I sent him an email and what Tedesco sent us, not that really big detailed one, just the PDF where he explains things.
Mm-hmm.
I sent that and a bunch of pictures to him, so hopefully we'll get something back from him.
What was his name? And but that's a contractor? Or is
Yes.
that, or Mason, I mean?
That was, he worked with,
Burlington.
He's worked on historic,
Nagley and Chase Construction Firm,
N-A,
Gley.
And he was the one that had done the Burlington Library.
okay. So he must be, because that's Carnegie, right?
Right. No, Nagley and Chase was the construction firm, and
Oh,
they,
okay.
and they were
List.
the masonry.
Yeah, so if you send me that information, I can put it in the minutes so I have it correctly.
Okay. I can do that. That's all I have.
I move we adjourn.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.